What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in our video today we're taking a look at some of the best weapons that you want to be taken into Season 11. We are very close to the new season now, so be sure to stick around and check out the video. Now if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below, that super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now each and every season we take a little bit of time to review some of the weapons that we've been covering over the last couple of seasons and to see which ones that we want to be taken into the new season. Now with the new season merely weeks away, there are some perks that are being retuned as part of Season 11. So in today's video we're going to take a look at just those and which weapons will benefit the most from these changes. Now the first change we're going to be taking a look at is with dynamic sway reduction. So this is now going to be adding 10 stability over time in addition to accuracy, which is more powerful than it sounds according to Bungie. So they've also reduced the reticle movement from stability, so that should now tell players when that is working. Now dynamic sway reduction is where you hold the trigger down and the weapon's sway reduction systems boost its accuracy over a period of time. Now this is very popular on 600 RPM auto rifles at the moment. It can drop on things like the Ether Doctor, the Galliard, which is a very popular option, and also the Summoner, just to name a few. Now if we take a look back and think about some of the buffs that came with 600 RPM auto rifles as part of the current season, if they're going to be buffing dynamic sway reduction, which is very much what it sounds like, then some of those auto rifles are going to be even more powerful and potent than we've seen in the current season, especially if they've got dynamic sway reduction rolled on them. Now in terms of what makes 600 RPM auto rifles so potent is the combination of accuracy, range, and also stability, which is why the rolls like this on the Galliard are immensely strong, because they start touching on those short scout rifle ranges, which make them really good for those long range engagements. And then when you start looking at perks like dynamic sway reduction and Zen moment, those improve the stability of those weapons, but also the reticle recoil of those weapons too. So if you've got any auto rifles with dynamic sway reduction or Zen moment even sitting in your vault, then be sure to get them ready, because they're going to be even stronger than we've seen in the current season going into Season 11. And the next buff we're going to be taking a look at is to deal with high impact pulse rifles, and this is where the Redrix's broadsword really starts to shine. Currently those archetypes of pulse rifles are underused in Crucible, and while they have a very fast optimal time to kill, that is a time to kill that is very hard to achieve. So Bungie have decided to soften that a little bit just to make it a little bit more forgiving. Now, as always, credit where credit is due, and a massive shout out to Lights Out, who allowed me to use his footage of the Redrix's broadsword here. So be sure to check out his YouTube channel, and I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. Now, high impact pulse rifles have a bullet damage of 21, and that will be increased to 22. So a very small change, but that will change it from 6 crits to 5 crits and 1 body to kill a Guardian in PvP at almost all resilience values. Now Redrix's broadsword is primed to take full advantage of this buff, and this buff will pair very well with its main intrinsic trait, Desperado, which is where reloading while Outlaw is active will increase the fire rate of your weapon. So if Bungie are going to increase the damage for us and Desperado is going to increase our rate of fire, then the time to kill on this weapon is going to be formidable going into the new season. So if you haven't completed the quest for your Redrix's broadsword, then be sure to spend the next week or so just finishing this before next season. But if you have already finished the quest, then be sure to dust it off from your vault or pull it from your collections and give it a try. Get used to it, because I feel you're going to be seeing a lot of it come next season. Now the third and final one we're going to be taking a look at today is to do with hip fire grip. This is where enormic grips that increase the accuracy and stability when firing from the hip. That is the legendary traits perk description, and the weapon that comes to mind when I think about hip fire grip and firing from the hip is the Last Word. This is the exotic kinetic hand cannon, which you can get by completing the draw quest, and hip fire grip is the legendary trait on this weapon alongside its main trait, fan fire. So this weapon fires in full auto, and hip fire shots deal bonus precision damage while increasing the reload speed and accuracy as well. In the most recent Bungie update, they talked about some of the buffs that are also coming to this particular trait. Now, according to the most recent update, this will now help hit shots closer to ADS ranges. So it still doesn't affect damage drop off or magnetism, but it will provide a 1.2 times aim assist fall off, a plus 15 to aim assist, and a plus 1.7 degrees precision hip angle threshold. So by default, when firing a weapon from the hip, the center of your reticle must be over the target in order to get a crit. Otherwise, the aim assist will give you a body shot, and this change gives you a little bit more leniency than we used to have. So if the center of the reticle is not directly over your target, you can still get a crit if you're within the right angle. So when you take into account fanfire and the bonus benefits that hipfire grip are going to be having come in season 11, hip firing the last word is going to be immensely strong. Last word is already really strong on consoles, so it's going to be really interesting to see how powerful this gun will become and whether last word will actually become meta again across multiple platforms. So there we have it, guys. That is a quick look at some of the buffs that are coming to different archetypes and weapon perks as part of next season, and some of the weapons that are likely to take the biggest advantage of those once they arrive. As always though, guys, be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here, I want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, but I will catch you all again very soon.